It's that knot in your stomach, that mix of fear and anxiety when you feel threatened by someone smarter, prettier, or more successful than you. It's jealousy, and trust me, we've all felt it. But here's the thing. Jealousy isn't just something we feel. It's an emotion that gets directed at us. And when it does, it can feel like someone is silently watching, studying you from the sidelines, even when they act like they're on your side. Ever sense that quiet undercurrent in your interactions, where things just don't sit right? You're not imagining it. Someone around you could be harboring jealousy, and it's not just about you. It's a reflection of their own insecurities. But if you don't spot it, it can drain your peace, your focus, and your energy. Today, we're diving deep into 15 signs someone might be extremely jealous of you. And trust me, you're going to want to stick around for sign number 10. It's going to hit different. As Dr. Robert Sutton said, jealousy is a silent beast. It destroys from within, but rarely does anyone see it coming. But we're not just pointing out the signs. We'll also arm you with 5 powerful strategies to protect your peace, no matter who's lurking in the shadows. Ready to uncover the truth? Let's break it down. 1. Their compliments feel like they're reading from a script. It's like they're giving you compliments out of obligation, not sincerity. You know the ones. Those congratulations that sound more like a chore than genuine praise. Their smile doesn't quite reach their eyes, and their voice doesn't match the words. It's almost like they're trying to convince themselves, not you. 2. They mimic your every move, but it's all wrong. Jealous people have this odd obsession with copying you. It goes beyond style. They'll start mimicking how you speak, what you eat, even how you walk. But it's never quite right. It's like watching a bad remake of a movie, definitely trying to be you, but something's off. They're not just inspired, they're trying to erase their own identity to fit into yours. They downplay your wins like they're nothing special. When you share something exciting, like a new job or milestone, they act like it's no big deal. Maybe they'll bring up how everyone is doing something similar, or worse, they'll give credit to factors outside your control like, oh, must have been luck. They won't admit it, but your success is a threat to them. They compete for the spotlight, even when they don't need to. Jealousy turns everyday moments into a competition. Whether it's work, friendships, or even casual hangouts, they'll try to outshine you at any opportunity. They need to one-up you constantly, competing over the smallest things like who's busiest or who's got the best stories. You know they're not just trying to excel, they're trying to prove they're better. They're always spreading negative truths about you. They'll never say it to your face, but they're expert gossipers behind your back. It's almost like a game to them, tearing down your reputation bit by bit, planting little seeds of doubt in others' minds. They want people to question your achievements because, in their eyes, you don't deserve the praise. They're low-key thrilled when you fail, and they're not subtle about it. When you hit a bump in the road, you'll notice a shift. Their mood will suddenly lift, almost like they've been waiting for this moment. It's not because they care about you. It's because they've been hoping for you to stumble. When they hear of your failures, it fuels their own sense of superiority. They get weird when you're the center of attention. Ever been complimented in a group, only to see someone roll their eyes or zone out? That's jealousy in full swing. When everyone's praising you, they can't hide their impatience or annoyance. They act like it's so draining to hear anything nice about you, even though they can usually keep it together. They examine your work like a hawk looking for mistakes. They're paying close attention to every detail of your work, just waiting for you to slip up. The moment you do, expect them to point it out loud and clear in front of others. It's not about being helpful. It's about making themselves look better by highlighting your flaws. They hijack your good news and make it about them. Ever shared some great news and suddenly they've got to share their better news right after? You announce an engagement and they're talking about their latest vacation or new purchase. They can't stand your shine, so they try to dim it by turning the spotlight back on themselves. They offer help, but the advice is actually a landmine. Jealous people love to play the helpful friend, but the advice they offer is often misguided or outright bad. They're not guiding you towards success. They're setting you up for failure. If you follow their lead, you'll regret it. It's their subtle way of sabotaging you without showing their true colors. They enjoy ruining your plans, big or small. They'll relish in the moment when your plans fall through. You mention a weekend getaway and they'll casually tell you about the storm coming. It's like they can't bear to see you happy or excited about something, especially if it doesn't involve them. Every little disappointment is a win for them. They change the subject to steal your thunder. Try talking about something you're proud of, and watch them hijack the conversation with their own stories. It's their way of asserting control over the moment. They can't stand to be overshadowed even for a second, so they interrupt your victories to make sure the focus is back on them. They act like they were part of your success. A jealous person won't just acknowledge your win, they'll start acting like they helped make it happen. If you land a promotion or hit a big milestone, they'll conveniently remind you of their advice or support during the process. It's all about stealing a piece of your glory so they can feel validated. They always point out your mistakes, especially in public. Jealous people have a radar for your flaws, and they won't hesitate to point them out, loudly. Whether it's something minor or a larger error, they love to highlight it, especially when others are around. It's like they're on a mission to make you look bad so they can feel better about themselves. The more public the setting, the more they'll enjoy it. It's their way of reasserting themselves and putting you down without looking like the bad guy. They turn every small situation into a battle. Jealousy isn't always about grand gestures. Sometimes it's in the way they create constant friction over the smallest things. From office tasks to social settings, they'll turn every opportunity into a competition. A simple discussion, they'll make it a debate. A minor achievement of yours, they'll try to make it seem like their achievement is bigger. It's not about winning, it's about making sure they never feel less than you, no matter how trivial the situation. Alright, now that you've recognized the signs of jealousy, let's talk about what you can do about it. The truth is, once you see these signs clearly, you've already taken the first step. But knowledge without action is just information. To protect your peace and stop jealousy from draining your energy, you need to take control of how you handle it. Understand their insecurity. It's not about you. The first step to handling jealousy is shifting your mindset. Recognize that when someone is jealous, it's a direct reflection of their own insecurity, not a judgment on you. This isn't personal. It's not about you or your success. It's a sign they feel inadequate or threatened by their own self-perception. Psychologists often refer to jealousy as a defensive mechanism. Actionable step. Whenever you sense jealousy, remind yourself, this is their problem, not mine. When you detach emotionally and see it through this lens, the power it holds over you fades. 2. Set healthy boundaries to protect your peace. Ignoring jealousy isn't the solution. In fact, letting it slide without addressing it can allow it to breed and escalate into toxic behavior. Psychologist Dr. Lillian Glass, a leading expert on body language and human dynamics, warns that unchecked envy can turn into passive-aggressive actions like gossip or sabotage. Boundaries are key. You don't need to confront jealousy head-on all the time, but be mindful of how much energy you give to these people. If they're constantly draining your emotional resources, set clear boundaries around what you're willing to share with them and what you're not. Actionable step. Limit access to your private successes. Share selectively, and if they react poorly, move the conversation forward without giving them more room to infect your energy. One of the most effective ways to handle jealousy is by using a psychological technique called mirroring. When you mirror someone's energy, whether they're acting distant or cold, it creates a subtle emotional disconnect. Jealous people often expect you to react emotionally, whether it's with anger or confusion. Instead, mirror their lack of enthusiasm or interest. If they seem dismissive of your success, match their indifference. This sends a clear signal that their emotional manipulations won't affect you. Actionable step. If they respond to your achievements with apathy or criticism, stay calm. Don't over-explain yourself or try to justify your success. This stops them from feeding off your reaction. When someone projects their jealousy onto you, it can sting, especially if it comes from someone you care about. But remember, their envy doesn't diminish your worth. Emotional resilience is your ability to process emotions without letting them control you. Learn how to deflect negative energy. Studies in cognitive behavioral therapy show that resilient individuals can acknowledge toxic emotions but don't internalize them. They can see a jealous person's comments for what they are, projected insecurities, and choose to not absorb that energy. Actionable step. Practice a daily grounding ritual. Whether it's a quick meditation, journaling, or simply breathing through your feelings, this helps reinforce your emotional strength and detachment. Turn the tables. Reframe their jealousy into empathy. Here's the secret. You can turn their jealousy into an opportunity for empathy and growth. When someone is envious, they're often unaware of the impact they're having on you. Instead of confrontation, choose compassion. Psychologist Brené Brown talks a lot about vulnerability, and one way to transform negative energy is by choosing to approach the situation with understanding instead of defensiveness. You don't have to call them out for their jealousy, but you can subtly reframe the conversation to help them see their own value and capabilities. When you empathize with their struggle, it can disarm their envy. Actionable step. If they start acting out, calmly share a piece of your personal journey, how you face challenges or insecurities of your own. This opens the door for connection instead of fueling their competitive tendencies. Bonus insight. Protect your energy. Be discerning with who you let close. This final piece of advice ties it all together. Protect your energy. As much as you can try to manage jealousy from others, you also need to be mindful of who you surround yourself with. Remember that jealousy thrives in proximity. If you're consistently feeling drained by someone's envy, it's a sign you might need to reassess your relationship. Don't feel obligated to keep toxic people in your life just because of history or obligation. Your mental health and peace of mind are paramount. Actionable step. Evaluate your circle regularly. If someone consistently causes emotional turmoil or projects their insecurities onto you, it's okay to step back. It might not be a dramatic cut, but a gentle shift of energy to prioritize your own peace. By recognizing jealousy for what it truly is, an expression of insecurity, and handling it with emotional intelligence and compassion, you not only protect yourself, but also elevate your relationships to a healthier level. These aren't just tips. They're tools to create a stronger, more confident you in the face of toxic dynamics. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video, and take care of yourself.